The 76ers will start their season without two of their biggest stars. Both Joel Embiid, Paul George ruled out with knee injuries for tonight's opener against the Milwaukee Bucks. And in hopes of keeping the team healthy for the postseason, Philly plans to keep both players out back-to-back games all year long. On Inside the NBA, both Chuck and Shaq took exception with the Sixers' new strategy.
I was so disappointed in Joel Embiid saying he wasn't going to play back-to-back games. You cannot say, as a leader of that team, I'm not going to play certain games. I thought that was a bad message.
The league isn't that physical for him to say that. You pick and pop. You don't get double, you don't get triple, you don't get flagrant foul. There's no reason to say I'm not playing back-to-back.
All right, Perk, I want to come to you first. Do you agree with Chuck and Shaq?
I get what they're saying, but I don't agree exactly what all that they were saying. Here's the thing. When it comes down to Joel Embiid, I said this last season, and this was part of the reason that I said he should have set out in the postseason for them to get a plan together, right? For him to get healthy, for him to get in great shape, for him to be ready in the preseason so that he could be available for open night. And here we are. Here we are. Opening night, Joel Embiid is not ready. What the hell has he been doing? What has he been doing over the past month since training camp and preseason? He didn't play in preseason. What's been going on? Is he healthy? Is he injured? Like, what's happening? That's the questions I want to know, but I get what they're saying. Here's the thing. When I think about Charles and Shaq and what they said for as, playing the back-to-backs, I feel like Philly is walking a fine line when it comes down to those back-to-backs in Joel Embiid because the NBA is so damn talented that you have to win games in the regular season. You have to win games in the regular season in order to get to the postseason.
Go ahead, Wendy, real quick.
So I do think they have a plan, and the plan is he's not going to participate in an 82-game season. I don't know what the number is. I don't even think the number is 65 because he's already also said, don't worry about awards. He's basically saying, I'm not hitting 65. He's got some number in his head that he's like, I'm going to play this number of games this season so that when we get to April, I can play, hopefully, those 4 playoff rounds. That's the plan. What he was saying is trying to play, 2 years ago when he played enough games to win MVP, that didn't work. Last year didn't work. He was injured. So you could dispute it. Maybe it's not going to work, but there is a plan in place.
Well, let's be more direct. I'm very disappointed. Let me get a solo shot right here, please. Tired of looking at it. I'm just tired of it, okay? Right here, right here. I'm disappointed in Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley. I can't believe what came out of their mouth. Joel Embiid has missed 329 games in his career. Let me go down the list. He missed 39 games. He only played in 39 games last year. Last season alone, 34 games missed because of his knee, 4 games missed because of his ankle, 2 games missed because of illness. In his career, are y'all ready for this? Are you ready for this, Big Perk? Doggy? In Joel Embiid's career, Shaq, Barkley, my brothers, I love y'all. But this is what Joel Embiid has missed in his career. Foot, knee, health protocols, back, hand, face, ankle, shoulder, calf, hip, elbow, ribs. I mean, damn. Is there a part of the body that I missed? This dude has been hurt over every imaginable injury you can find on the human body. Everything has happened to him but a heart attack. Literally. Look at this. I have the numbers right in front of me. Why can you not understand him going like this? Yo, I'm trying to be ready for April, May, and June. I might not need to play the back-to-back or whatever. We don't like it. But we have not seen somebody miss games like this over an inordinate amount of bodily injuries. It's gotten to the point where you might be afraid for Joel Embiid to get on a flight. He might get hurt while flying. It might happen. You just don't know. I understand. If it was anybody else, I get where they're coming from. But for Joel Embiid, who's a monster, who shows up and will bust your ass, I don't understand how they can have a problem considering all the injuries he sustained.
Well, 2 things. First off, what a brilliant pick I made. Under Philly 52 with the regular season wins.
Oh.
What a brilliant pick. They are not winning 52 games. That's the first thing. Second thing, Embiid was pretty good for the Olympics. He was healthy, played all the minutes. So let me get this straight. He plays, and they would have won the Olympics if I was on the team.
There was no back-to-back.
But still, they would have won the Olympics if I was on the team. He's not playing tonight. So he plays in the Olympics in August, and in the first game of the regular season with the franchise paying him, what, $40 million a year? He can't play the first game of the season? Really? I mean, do you think the NBA always struggles? Why do you think there's a Challenge Cup? The NBA always struggles with regular season relevancy. So let me get this straight. You think Adam Silver, over his cup of coffee and croissant today, likes the idea or liked the idea this week where that his big star said, you know what, I'll play 40 games, I'll pick and choose as long as I'm ready in April, May, and June? Well, why don't we just go to April, May, and June right now? Put the 8 teams in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. We sort of put them out of the hat who's going to be the 1 or the 2 or the 3 or the 4 seeds, and then we can make sure Embiid can play every playoff game. I mean, you got to play some regular season basketball games. What's the point?
The point is, I agree with you, and I think we all do for 99.99999% of the players. But when this guy shows, my God, one injury after another, nonstop since 2014.
Well, why does he play in the Olympics then, Steve?
I understand he shouldn't have played. Don't get me started. I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel he should be playing. I totally agree with you. The Sixers let him, okay? And I get that part. But every single year since 2014, even coming into the draft, he was the 3rd overall pick. He would have been number 1 if it wasn't for his foot. And he missed the first 2 seasons of his career. He has been injured every year.
I get it. I get it. Again, I go back to last season when I told the world he should have set out in the postseason. It done them no good. From Joel Embiid to Philly, they wasn't advancing. Sit out, get some rest.
Wanna try to post at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's 88 over here,